Well, hello there. Welcome, the Legacy Builders. If this is your first time visiting, my name is Takesha. If not, welcome back. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Here on the Legacy Builder, we talk about home ownership and all that it entails, building multiple streams of income, contracting, and repair. And today, we have a video review. So there's a video that came out and it intrigued me because it said "Don't come back" as the first words in its title. And I was kind of curious, what are they referring to when they're talking about jobs, the economy, and Walmart? As you guys know, there is so many things swirling around our economy, around recession, around layoffs that I said, okay, you know what? I'm always talking about multiple streams of income and the importance of building it. Perhaps we should watch one of these videos today to kind of shed a little light on what's going on in their world, meaning anybody who unfortunately has been affected by layoffs. Have you guys been affected by these layoffs? Um, Feel free to comment and share because we can all benefit from your experience and these stories. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. It's
Walmart just laid off
Don't come back
1,500
tomorrow.
workers within their company. And I've been telling you this is going to happen for a long time now, months now, and it's officially happening. And it's not a funny matter because families are truly being affected by this. But this is the reality of what tariffs have done. This is the reality of what the economy and the decisions that have been going within the country today. Trump literally told Walmart to eat the tariffs. He said swallow it. He said,
He
listen,
did
you
say that.
do
Did
it,
y'all
you
see
figure it
that?
out. Now this is what the company has done as a result. And even as we look at Walmart stock, this is where the stock is right now. And you're going to see so many companies, they're going to stop falling apart. You got Amazon, who's probably, I just been patiently waiting on them, to go on and release their layoffs
How
because I
many
know
times a week do you
it's
shop at
coming. But
Amazon?
hey, we're just going to wait and
Right?
see. Target is one of them as well. They're going to start laying off across the board.
RJ?
And I know it's not going to be at the store level first. That's going to be later on. They're going to start cutting, the management positions, the little extra job roles throughout here and there. But right now, they're starting with the tech roles. They started cutting
Mm,
off the tech roles. They're like, hey, we just need enough to run the business as lean as possible. And that's a great idea. Honestly, I think as a business model, I think it makes sense. I'm not saying it's the best thing to lay off all these people, but in terms of saving the business and keeping it afloat, I think it's a good idea. I think that's where you start. But hey, it's unfortunate that's where they're making because then they're cutting out families income. They're making families
yeah, they're playing
go
this
out of nowhere. And I
livelihood.
don't know if they're offering these people new roles or anything. I don't agree with layoffs without a new role assigned for the person, right? Give them an option. Just say, hey, we're cutting this position, but this is available. You can either take it or leave it. Unfortunately, we don't have
Hey,
anything else,
JC,
but
what's
this
going
is
on,
next. You're seeing
Ashley?
layoffs across the board. It's not just Walmart. You're gonna see it every single day. I posted a layoff video every single day, and you literally got Americans, they're just giving up. They're tired of corporate America. You got AI who's taking over the entire industry. You got tariffs who are destroying profits. It's getting bad out here. And honestly, let
Mm,
me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. I think this is only the beginning. 1,500 is a small number compared to the 60,000 workers that Microsoft just laid off. But I think it's going to get even worse very, very soon. So, hey, if you enjoy content like this, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. I got more great videos in here that are going to blow your mind. Check this
Y'all
out. People
take a
are
look at
actually
his
talking about
channel,
this right
like and
now with
subscribe.
all the empty shelves, the layoffs, and the tariffs.
What's up, America? Donald Trump versus Walmart when it comes to tariffs. So Walmart's sales have increased 4% and they have record profits, but they're saying that they're going to be raising prices because of tariffs. Now, this has enraged Donald Trump, which is now telling Walmart, you have enough profit, stop fucking the American people. It's time for you to eat the tariffs. Keep the prices the same or lower, even if the costs go up. Do better and buy American, you pieces of shit. So Donald Trump is
Sorry about
100%
the language,
right.
y'all.
The only reason Walmart wants to raise their tariffs along with other stores is because they're making their products, or they're getting their products, I should say, exclusively almost from China. They wouldn't have to deal with this bullshit if they had made in America products. But Walmart is addicted to profit and they won't stop. Even having a sales increase of 4% prompts them to raise prices and use tariffs as a fucking excuse. They could just keep prices the same as they are and oh my, take a 4% hit and you'd be at zero. You don't need month over month over month of growing profits. That's not what this is. Eventually.
Sorry to pause it just a moment, y'all, but it was an interesting perspective. So it sounds like he's not mad about President Trump imposing these additional tariffs on the China products and the businesses that have to either account for those additional increases or charge their customers or consumers. Sounds like he's more upset that Walmart uses products that are not American made and feels that, if they use American made products, then they wouldn't have a problem with the tariff and the increase. What do you guys think? All right, let's tune back in.
The gravy train plateaus. You don't get to make profits more and more and more every month forever, never ending, you fucking idiots. At some point, all you're doing is fucking us constantly so that you can go buy a new yacht. Well, we're fucking sick of it. So Donald Trump is right. Fuck you. You got yourself into this. Stop buying products from China. You wouldn't have to eat a tariff if you didn't betray our country, you fucking pieces of shit. Fuck you, Walmart.
I'm in Walmart right now.
Wow.
So Walmart came out and said that they're also going to have to raise prices because of the tariff increase. A year ago it was 10%, now it's 30%. Of course, very recently it was shot up to 145%. The one thing I can't help but think about is how many shelf labels there are in here. Like, this is just the wiper blade aisle. So now, because of this fight that no one asked for, still no one can defend and understand, every retailer out there is going to have to change their price tags. The logic initially was to do American, but even that is thrown out the window.
Price tag.
Yet another way we stick it to the hourly worker, right?
America's fucking cooked, y'all. Just don't call yourselves fucking conservatives anymore, because this big, beautiful bill rat fucks our national debt over the next 10 years. Never before in human history have poor people simped harder for rich people than the American fucking conservative right now. I hope it was worth it to kick millions of people off Medicaid just to add $3 trillion more to the debt. Hope you get everything you fucking voted for.
Are you worried that using your home address for business puts your privacy at risk?
So far, it definitely sounds like the American people are beyond enraged regarding these tariffs. I personally, of course, feel sadness and concern because here in the United States, things have already risen. I didn't really realize how much. He just quoted that they had a 10% price increase at Walmart, and then more recently a 30%, and now did he say like 145% increase? So I've noticed things climb up as far as pricing is concerned, and it hasn't, nor will it perhaps ever climb back down. And that unfortunately is a problem from a multiple plateau of reasons, but mainly two that I can think of right now at the top of my mind. And one of them is that you have increases literally happening at the same exact time in our housing markets. So pretty much everyone's rent has been raised similarly 10+% at least within the last 5 years since the pandemic. Most people, I think from 2022, those increases started to definitely shoot up. So we're paying more for our basic or living expenses, something as simple as shelter. And so if you're paying more with shelter, then you're having less disposable income. Because what I'm considering Walmart is, even though we make our groceries and we pick up our medicines, and we, purchase little ends and odds to do renos on our home, or clothing, or back to school items, or gifts, even though we purchase all that. I'm just saying, necessity wise, we don't have any room for those disposable items that Walmart carries, because our living expenses of rent and mortgage has inflated so much. So that's the first problem. We have an inflation going on with other areas, um, that is literally taking up any disposable income that we may have. The second problem, unfortunately, is they have laid off a lot of people. Some verbalized their concerns on TikTok, or on the news, or on social media. And then there are other companies that literally people don't even know are being laid off, like their healthcare workers, hospitals, nurses, RN, people in education, aviation, transportation, construction. I mean, the list goes on and on of people that have literally been laid off within, I would say, the last 6 months or so. And these are working age people. More likely than not, these are people that have mortgage or rent, and God forbid, responsibilities of children or parents, things that are going to not only affect them and their livelihoods, but also multiple people. So that unfortunately is a problem in itself. And we're just talking about it. That them 2 points is just inflation and jobs. We're not even talking about tariffs. Oh my gosh, or healthcare or benefits. So right now, if you can't tell, hopefully you can tell. But if you can't tell, what I'm saying is you need multiple streams of income. Very important. Let's get back into it, y'all.
I Postal
Let's
One,
see what the
and we can
American
help.
people got
So
to say.
you've started your own.
9 to 5 is bullshit. Unpaid lunch breaks
No.
are bullshit. Working all day and going home to have 2 hours of free time before bed is bullshit. 5-day work week is bullshit. Working yourself to death is bullshit. Retiring at 65, unlikely, is bullshit. Starting your adult life in debt from student loans is bullshit. Giving kids 7 hours of school and then homework to ready them for the never-ending grind is bullshit. It is so frustrating that we have one chance of life on this earth, and humanity chooses taxes and credit scores and pollution instead of floating around in the ocean all day eating fruit and hanging out.
Here you go, ma'am. You going right here over here to this corner? What you said? Are you counting the pennies right here? Here you go. 81.99. 81. Okay. You take coins? Huh? You take coins? Oh, really? Glad you said. I'm glad you said that, man. There you go, ma'am.
No. You gotta cash them in first.
I'm glad you said that, man.
No, I'm not taking this.
Yeah, yes you are, man.
Oh, okay. I told him I'm not taking these because they're gonna cash machine right there.
Chief on the counter right
No, I'm
here.
not gonna count it.
Her, here you go, ma'am.
Don't keep putting them down here.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep. Here you go, ma'am.
All right.
Is he putting coins down? Is that what's happening, y'all?
Straight back. Oh, she's about to counter right here.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are, ma'am. Right here.
Okay.
We're gonna cancel your whole transaction. We're not gonna count those pennies.
Or you wanna?
Sir, she's about to. You want to join in and count it?
No.
We're not gonna count it. We're not gonna count it.
Or do you want to be escorted out?
I'm sorry. We're not gonna count these. Ma'am, oh, you here to count it?
Are they going to kick me out? You're trying to pay with change? Cash or credit? I guess cash their phones, y'all.
Alright, you just keep putting them on back up there. Put them back in your thing. We're not gonna count no 81 pennies. We're not doing that today. I'm sorry. Let's count it. Sorry. We're not gonna put them in there.
Y'all, we are at Walmart right now. I know the world's going crazy, but what is happening? What's going on?
Bills due. It's hot as hell outside. I don't get food stamps. Y'all ugly. I'm irritated. Just get out of my way, please, and thank you.
Okay, he has a sense of
I'm
humor.
just so fucking tired of working.
Okay.
tired. I just want to make money
Who feel like that?
without waking up. I just want to be making the money sleep and just wake up and just fucking travel. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired.
I feel you. I feel you.
How am I just finding out that
Lord,
the
he
bottom
died.
60% of U.S. households cannot afford a, quote, minimal quality of life, per new reports from CBS? 60%. That's a really odd way of saying the majority of Americans cannot afford to fucking feed themselves. Bro, we've gotten it so wrong. We've gotten it so wrong. The system has failed us all.
More boxes,
Well,
more options. Grainger has over 1,700 box types in stock and ready to help you pack, store.
I must admit, I do agree with him to an extent.
Just got fired. Holy shit. I thought it was just like a normal routine meeting.
Wow.
And no, it was actually a we're not moving forward with your employment. And you know what's so funny is like when you think that you finally find like a good job and like a company that cares about you, you're like, oh my god, I actually work for people that care. No, you don't. No, you don't. That was like the only stable thing that I had going on in my life right now. I was not expecting that. I would have never put money down on that happening. I literally just thought that was gonna be a meeting. Happy Monday.
I'm a software engineer, 15 years experience. I specialize in artificial intelligence, machine learning, applied sciences that are used with all of those features. So I work with businesses who are trying to implement artificial intelligence because, you know, the media has told them it's the future.
You'll think that
I
his
wanted to
job
share
is
a new
pretty
term.
secure,
I think it's
right?
super important that we start
Let's
talking
see
about
what
it as
he
a
says.
society. I'm definitely not hearing it enough. There's a creator that I do follow, an economist and an engineer. His name is David Shapiro, I believe. He has kind of started a series of talks, and they're all about post-labor economics. If you haven't heard that term, I think you need to become familiar. So in capitalism, everything is supposed to be moving towards efficiency. Things get cheaper, we get better at doing our jobs. Well, the ultimate idea of artificial intelligence is that it is making all of those resources phenomenally cheap. So the problem here is that if everything becomes infinitely cheap, how do we make money as people?
Laid off from TikTok. Yeah, the TikTok. This one. Even though my last performance review, I had a high score. It didn't matter. Maybe I'll go live my life now.
Oh my god, I'm applying to jobs right now because I got laid off. And one of the applications is requiring that you watch this video from the CEO and that you give them your feedback and just like your thoughts. Please watch this. This is so bad.
To build something truly amazing. And we need individuals who are jacked about the opportunity to become something greater than they even thought possible, to join our team. We will be accountable to you and you will be accountable to us. We will help you achieve your dreams and your goals, and you are going to work like hell to help us achieve ours. I'll tell you that our employees work between 40 and 45 hours a week here, and they work on themselves between 5 and 15 hours above and beyond that because they want to become great. If you're used to just punching in and punching out and not having to worry about work or trying to live the whole work-life balance thing, I can guarantee you, you will not like it. Please stop applying and find something more cushy. We are truly trying to do something great, and we believe that in order to do that, you actually have to do the opposite of balance. You have to be all in. You have to be obsessed with leveling up, with achieving amazing results, and by continuing to improve yourself. If this sounds like you, continue the application.
I have no words.
Wow.
Well, I think this recent headline in Bloomberg, the AI hiring pause is officially here, says it all about the current state of corporate America. We knew this time was coming. All the layoffs up until this point were purely financially motivated, right? Whether even they had a poor quarter or a good quarter and they just wanted to improve the bottom line. Now I think we're going to start seeing the first of the AI movement, even if it's not perfect, right? I think that you see some of the stories coming out of Microsoft that they used AI.
I didn't even start talking about AI and the
Basically
influence that that's going
decide
to
who was
have on
getting
our
let go this
market.
time, and it purely was algorithmic, right? Their good performance reviews didn't matter. It was money and layers and who knows what they built into that. But the bigger story is other companies are going to follow suit. They always wait for one to lead the cause, and now Microsoft is started this trend, and it's unfortunately not a good trend for anybody involved, but especially Gen Xers. So just a friendly reminder, if you're comfortable in corporate, don't get too comfortable because, like I've told you before, you have an expiration date. It just may be coming a little bit quicker. And I think the other downside of this is you're going to see hiring slow down dramatically, which I think it already has. So,
wow. Well, that's an interesting perspective that he mentioned regarding if you're in corporate America, don't get comfortable. How many of us were always told that corporate America is where you should get comfortable, climbing the ladder, reaching success, and that being the ultimate goal and the ultimate I made it standard. And so now you're telling America, who was taught to go to school, to graduate, to go to college, get a degree in a good field, internship, work your way up to corporate America, and then a white picket fence awaited you with 2 kids, a dog, and a wonderful partner. I mean, isn't that the American dream? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Because this person just told us that in corporate America, you shouldn't get comfortable. Okay, so in the only comfortable dream that we have been sold since kindergarten, there is no more security. I mean, who feels like we might be in trouble? If you're looking at life where you're feeling that maybe being dedicated and committed to a corporation, to a business, to a cause, um, to even a field like an industry is going to lead you down the road to success, that may be changing. I feel like it has changed. He even, not to even go into the AI thing, because I do believe innovation is a beautiful thing. Like, I do believe we should progressively get better, and it's an intricate part of our society to advance itself. But you don't want to replace humans in a workplace where now humans can't sustain their lives. Because what I'm trying to say is, not to get too engrossed in AI, but if AI is involved in everything from making cars to running your advertisements to being the checkout cashier to cleaning your floors and everything in between, then all of these positions are going to be filled by something other than a human. Okay, fine. But then what is the human going to do for money? That's the problem. What are we going to do for a livelihood if our jobs are taken? How are we going to sustain ourselves? What kind of American dream is that? Or dream period? What kind of society is it when all of the human jobs are replaced, and now you have humans that can't work, that must eat and must have somewhere to stay? Now we're talking about lawlessness. and a society standards that completely change because now we're in survival methods or survival modes and coming up with new methods in order to basically fulfill our basic needs, food and shelter. So, with that being said, that just brings up two crazy points that we do have to, I guess, reflect on at this moment in our society. Things are changing. Um, a lot of us, myself included, have about 20 years, maybe less, from typical retirement standards here in the US, and that's changing. Because if I'm no longer part of the workforce because my position has been replaced by AI, then I'm not going to be part of the Social Security programs either. And that's changing too, but that's a whole nother story. So just to stay focused, because there's so many things going on, right? I mean, how do you guys feel about all of these details? But it's so many things going on. Just to stay focused on the two that he mentioned, for AI and for cushy government jobs. It's changing, y'all. It's changing. Multiple streams of income. Don't rely on just one. All right, let's get back.
If your 6, 9, 12-month job search is now going to be, probably 3 months longer, depending on what you're looking for. So always good to have a plan B. And if you're still in corporate, go.
Ryan, how many points do you have?
0.
Why, really? Yeah. Doug, how many points do you have?
2.5.
Renee, how many points do you have?
0.
Oh my goodness. Curtis, how many points do you have?
I have 0.
Okay. Peyton, how many points do you have?
1.
1. Justin, how many points do you have?
4.5.
Mike, how many points do you
What
have?
are the points about?
Tommy, how many points do you have?
3.5.
Austin,
Are they
how many
existing or
points do you
bad?
have?
1.
Okay. Candace, how many points do you have?
2.5.
Good job. Good job.
Must be a good thing.
ShopSelectBlinds.com Memorial Day
Yes,
sale
hopefully she
from
tells
May
us what those points
23rd
mean.
to May 29th and take 60% off site-wide.
Let's see, y'all.
JJ, how many points do you have?
None.
Emmeline, how many points do you have? 2. Good job. Didi, how many points do you have? 4.5. 4.5. One of them come out today.
These employees can't even take off anymore. They got their little point system basically where, you call out or you don't show up for work and then you get a point. And let me know in the comment section below. Am I getting that right? She said she can't even take off that last video on that clip. But hey, it's getting out of control. And I've been telling y'all this is going to
The
happen
points must
for
be
months
like
now.
parties
Walmart just let out
or
1,500
currency.
workers. And, I had to remake this video because I missed a very important key part of it. But I'm going to tell you this. This is only the beginning. And you're going to see many companies across the board doing this. Their tariffs, number one, tariffs are destroying everything. Walmart's profits are shrinking tremendously. It's happening very fast for the company, and they have to be very reactive to what their P&L statements are looking like because now they're not as profitable. Yeah, the stores are doing good sales numbers, but when we look at profit alone and you look at the tariff costs, like it's tearing the stores apart. It really is. That's the reality situation. And they laid off 1,500 workers, and I told y'all this months ago. I wish I can come back. Somebody go back in and find that clip for me. They're going to start from the corporate roles. They're going to start from those tech roles. They're going to start it from the top. They're going to cut from the top because those are the roles where they're like, oh, we can save money here because we got AI. We can replace them with AI. And this is what I want to tell you. This is the biggest thing that you need to know, that you need to be prepared for, especially as these layoffs increase. I need you to go and sit down and think. Just sit for it and think for just a minute. And I'm not trying to fearmonger. I'm not trying to make you afraid. I'm not trying to, make you scared. But hey, sit back and think. If your role can be done in any kind of way possible, if it can be done by AI, you need to sit down and reevaluate your career. That's the honest truth because AI is really taking over. And I got a video. I think I got it made before this. You can click right here over here. Hopefully I remember to,
What's
put
your
it on there.
plan,
But
guys?
if it can be done by AI, you really need to reevaluate, because that's what companies are going to cut first. They're going to cut those roles that can be automated. Software engineers, accounting in some cases, there's some little, entry roles. Like there's a lot of roles within companies that can quite honestly just be automated where they don't even have to think about it. And they're going to have one manager who's going to manage these robots, these little AI systems, and make sure that, hey, that y'all stay in line, y'all do what I tell y'all to do, and then we'll keep moving. And it's going to shoot the
It can
companies
be
in the foot.
24
Let's call it
hours.
what
Like
it
they
is.
don't
And it
even need a
sucks that this
break,
is happening to
y'all.
people, because
It's a machine.
honestly, this is destroying so many people's lives. These layoffs across the board are happening
No days
everywhere, and it's
off.
going to get even worse. But hey, when you talk about companies that are going to trim AI position, and I only think I can go up to a specific point. I don't think it's at the point now to where it can just function on its own. And I don't want it to get there, because what is the point of humanity when robots can do everything? This is iRobot all over again. But hey, I'm neither here nor there. I'm just saying, I don't think this is the greatest idea. I think there should be federal limits on AI. I truly think that, because how humane is that? Like, especially in these big companies, they're just gonna run their business to where, you're gonna have everybody at the bottom, and then you have robots, and then a couple people. It's gonna be 5 people at the top running 1,000 robots, and it's just gonna be, everybody else at the bottom. I see it. It's gonna happen very, very soon. But hey, I don't know. I could just be talking. But hey, let me know what you guys think about this. These layoffs are out of control, and honestly, I guarantee you, I just did a little bit more research on it too. It's the tech field. It's literally the tech field. They're cutting off so many tech roles, and this is happening across the board. You have Microsoft lay off 7,000. I expect other companies to fall within this. You have PwC. You got I can go. A list goes on and on. I got Amazon coming up next as well. It's getting out of control. But hey, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well for more great content like this. I'll see you next video. We out. Let's go.
Wow. Wow. Well, guys, just so you know, that video is titled Walmart Lay Off Entire Departments After Tariffs Destroy Company Sales. Okay. And his name is Jay Reed. Visit his page. Visit his page. He has good content. Like and subscribe. This is my first time seeing this particular video, but I have enjoyed some of his other content on his page. Interesting perspectives across the board. We got young and old, we got white and black, culturally, male and female. It does not matter. Okay. It is affecting all of us. If you have to eat, and if you have to lay your head down somewhere at night to sleep, then these tariffs will affect you. If you're not in the United States of America, but you're in another country, unfortunately, I'm sorry, these tariffs will still affect you. Why, you ask? Well, because if we're unable to afford to purchase these items that we were previously purchasing from your country, and the number or bulk that we previously were purchasing it in, let's just give an example. Mangoes, okay? Let's say we're purchasing mangoes from, I don't know, let's say Brazil, okay? We're purchasing mangoes from Brazil. We're importing them into the country, and things were going great. But now we got tariffs that are causing these mangoes to be more expensive to the American people. I'm going to stop buying mangoes because the company that's purchasing mangoes are charging me more for my mangoes because of the tariffs, and Brazil charging them more for the same mango. I'm just going to start making other dishes and just leaving mangoes off of my menu. As a result, the people that are picking these mangoes over in Brazil are going to have less work. Why? Because there's less demand. We're not eating mangoes as much because they're too expensive. And then that's going to cause their livelihood to change as well. They're depending on the trades to work properly so that they can give their people jobs. We're depending on the trades to work properly so we can still obtain the goods that they supply. And anytime that is unfortunately influenced by anything outside that we can't control, things will get altered and livelihoods will unfortunately be sacrificed. And that's just where we are. I mean, that's not even talking about AI, that's not talking about inflation as a whole. And then, guys, I understand that we're still, and this is kind of like just a side thought. I understand that we're still thinking it's an endemic, but I don't know about you guys, but I'm always seeing something about some new viruses circulating. So, are we still in a pandemic, or is it really an endemic, or is it going to be another pandemic? You get what I'm saying? There's still people out there with illnesses, long COVID, etc. And we're not even talking about the fact that these additional health concerns are going on that's causing people to not even be able to function properly or work anyhow. But then those who are still working and trying to function for a livelihood, well, they're being laid off. Guys, this is why I like to talk here on The Legacy Builder about multiple streams of income. It's very important. Most of you know, if this is not your first time visiting the channel, some of my story just happened a few months ago when we were hit by Hurricane Helene and my source of income coming to a complete halt because I could not deliver. We had no power, no businesses were open, we had no internet. So multiple streams of income is important because without that one source, everything came to a halt unless I had another source. Very important, y'all. Very important. So, with that being said, guys, check out Jay Reed's YouTube. Very, very enlightening videos. And like he said, not to fearmonger, I hate to cause people to have any more concerns than what we already have in life. But really what I'm trying to do is just inform you of the importance of needing something else so that when things perhaps change and maybe get a little bit more difficult, that you won't be in a difficult position, okay? You'll be able to still sustain your livelihood. You'll have multiple options, so you're not scrapped and stressed about that one option. And then, of course, if you guys do visit the channel, please do like and subscribe. You'll also see some of the importance of trying to live off grid as much as possible. You guys probably see my solar panels in the backyard. We do have a garden and something called Legacy Farming LLC, where we vendor also our produce once it comes available this season to earn extra income. So again, multiple streams of income, y'all. All right. So thank you again. If you guys have stayed tuned this long, I appreciate you. Feel free to answer any of those long-winded questions that I had, just to kind of give me a little feedback on what you guys would like to hear, or maybe some of your thoughts regarding the previous subject. Then make sure that you subscribe to the channel because we are a small channel striving to reach 1,000, and I know we're going to make it. I know we're going to make it. All right, y'all. And I really appreciate you guys taking time to just be a part of this channel. Again, if you don't know what we do on this channel, home ownership, building multiple streams of income, contracting, and repair. Take care, y'all.